Welcome to LA Art and Music. We have a show tonight based on kind of alternative artists, so don't go away. There's nothing else on any other channel you want to see. You want to stay here for Vivian Escalante and the band Belinda D-Lux. Welcome back. We're going to start our show today with an artist, designer, illustrator, Vivian Escalante. And if you see the artwork on our stage today, these are some of Vivian's works. And you have a line of art called cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk bad girls, basically. They're pretty much an energetic type of a flow. And bad girls, mainly because it's not necessarily mainstream, and it's enough to capture the audience's eye.
Well, as I said in the teaser before, it's kind of an alternative theme that runs through
completely alternative. It gets people moving. It gives you a feel of happiness, anger, stimulation of some sort. People always will have a reaction to the art that I've created.
So you do some of these pieces, is it basically to get a reaction from them? But it's kind of still you. It's just...
It's all actually me. I think no matter where I go or what I do, there's always just seems to be some type of reaction that I'll get from people anyway.
Yeah, I got a reaction from me. I love this stuff.
Thank you very much.
Also, some of the theme through it, it's kind of been described as with an S&M theme. Is that something that you're focusing on, or...?
Kind of S&M, underground, pierced, bald, tattooed, things along those lines.
Which is the community getting a little more publicity these days. They're trying to show themselves that they're not out to destroy the world or anything. They're just people here, like you once said, it's people not looking for too much meaning in it, just having fun, doing what you want to do.
Doing what you want to do, doing it with a group of people, doing it with artwork. I think that we need to actually do that, to let people know that it's okay. It's not harmful to anyone.
Yeah.
And we like expressing ourselves, and that's my way of expressing myself is through my art and through other things that I've pretty much created.
You also have a theme that runs through them, bald, which
Absolutely.
You were when I met you.
Yes, I was bald for approximately 3.5 years, and then I've got like this little growth of a chia pet thing. I add water and you have
water
hair.
instant artist, little purple there.
Yeah.
How come you decided to grow it out?
It was just, it became too much of a trend for a while, for me at least, and then it just started getting publicity as the bad people, the gangs, and a lot of those kind of things, and I wanted to pull away from that because that became too mainstream for me, and it was, for me, too hard to deal with, and so I thought just going back to just being
yeah, you already made your statement with it, time to move on.
It was a feeling, more of a statement. It was like a spiritual type of an experience with it. I mean, I don't shave my head now, but I don't have any hair throughout my entire body, but nobody has to know that part either.
Well, the bald is a theme going throughout your line called Cyberpunks, and I think we're going to show some of your works. Now, this is your Dinah Shore tribute, the Dinah Shore golf tournament.
Absolutely. This is when I was actually promoting a club, and this is during the Dinah Shore theme party. And this was something that I expressed that, well, you know, golfers can also look like this. And it's to me, it's a mainstream thing. It shouldn't just be always just one way. So
right.
This is my version of a golfer.
The Dinah Shore theme party that you have, meaning the once a year when everyone goes to...
Yes, absolutely. And it's good to have this type of artwork. And I actually had T-shirts. So just this year, as a matter of fact, I found some people in Palm Springs wearing the T-shirts. And it's good because you can wear them all the time. It's golfing Dinah Shore every year.
And what other pieces of yours do we have up there? Dancing. This also is from your club?
This is from my club.
I want to get into your club while we still have this on the screen. You had a club that was running for quite a while, kind of underground, a name that we can't even mention here. Hard Copy did a little thing on you and said the name was too obscene. Bow, bow, chi bow, chi 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 bow, bow, chi Hocus Pocus. Bow, chi bow, bow, chi 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 bow. Okay, also at your club, as I said, there was a band called Belinda D-Lux that's going to be on the show here today. They're getting a lot of attention now also.
Yeah, I hope that they actually receive more. They deserve it.
Yeah, and they have a tape.
They've actually got a cassette. I think it's a nice deluxe. So look for that everywhere, and if not, I don't know, let me know. I can probably get one for you.
Okay, yeah, there will be a number on the credits at the end. It'll be Vivian's fax number and P.O. box. So you will be saying this later also, but if you have any questions about the band that's going to come up or any of Vivian's art, we can show some more Vivian's art now. Some of your pieces also are about different fantasies. This is a nice fantasy. Explain
yes, this is actually a fantasy that I had a so-called obsession with someone, and I wanted to relay a message to her, and we didn't see each other for quite a number of months. So what I did is I illustrated a message to her and said, this is basically you looking into two people that are actually kissing, which are actually she and myself.
So you really get a chance to get all of your thoughts out by your work and
Absolutely,
all.
And send messages out to a lot of different people, just pertaining to almost anything, friendship, lust, obsessions, etc.
And the style that you use, it's all ink, graphics, computer.
It's what I do is it's all ink drawing, and then I go ahead and generate it from into computer and then output and so forth, and then mass sort of produce it. I had a series of trading cards going on.
And these pieces that are coming up now were your trading cards?
Yes, absolutely. And the whole thing behind that was so that people could actually communicate. There's always, a positive reason for me to do that. And
this piece is, what is this? This is
another piece this is actually one of my favorite pieces. This is the first favorite piece that I actually have. This was actually a woman that I would have liked to have met of some sort, and if I couldn't ever meet her, if ever I were to be reborn again, I would probably like to come back as this woman.
I can understand why. I think that's someone I would like to come back as. Now, these cards you sent out as advertising for the club that you had?
Yes.
Hard Copy did a nice little piece on you.
They did. A lot of people thought it was negative, but actually what they did for me was that they weeded out a lot of the people that I felt didn't have to go to the club anyway. So that's what I really felt comfortable with.
Yeah.
And people understood. I mean, I loved it. I laughed throughout the whole thing and was kind of excited that they were actually there.
This piece here, this is what I was saying before, that there's kind of a S&M theme that runs through.
Yes.
And what's the name of this one?
Wonderful Lingerie. A little bit on here, but this is actually the Halloween theme that I had for my club in October.
So all these cards were used as the advertising on them?
And basically for that month's theme, Halloween, so forth. I had a Christmas also, but I don't think I had that for you, but I also had a Christmas theme going on.
Great. This piece I saw, this doesn't relate as well on the TV as it does when you're looking right at it. This is three-dimensional.
Yes,
right?
it is.
This is a wonderful piece.
Thank you. This is a charcoal drawing of mine, as well as inking. Charcoal takes a little longer for me to probably get into because I don't practice as often as I'd like.
From what I saw from that, you really should practice more on that.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that together, but that was also I was inspired by also the so-called obsession, the person that I was kind of like dating. And it was a great inspiration is basically what it was, because you can actually push your art a lot further with if there are certain things you don't want or you can't get out of a person, you can totally create it in art.
Yeah, it becomes whatever it is that you want it to be.
Absolutely, and that's basically what it's so good to be an artist.
Because what you do with that, the three-dimensional, you sort of brought out some of the bricks.
The brick, I actually like layered them on top of each other, as well as the woman herself.
Yeah, I was like staring at that piece. I couldn't move on from it for a while.
Yeah, it's a fun anal thing also, you know, cutting everything up. And nice patience and discipline in doing those kind of things. It's just something I like doing.
Yeah. What other pieces do we have of yours here? The next piece, I think, is also, you have quite a few. Oh, this is one of your different works. Basically, you focused on women, but I saw you have a lot of other types of style also.
Yeah, actually, I like men's clothing, but I like the old traditional men's style of clothing. So I wanted to show that, you know, not only is it that women that I can actually do, but I can actually go ahead and draw men.
Now, it's kind of fascinating. When it comes to men, you go back to the traditional, old style. Women are much more
up-to-date, more underground, more positive, powerful.
It's kind of also how you kind of live your life, just kind of 90s.
On the edge.
On the edge, yeah.
As far as you can go, within the limitations, of course.
About here's your eggs.
Yeah, this is my Easter egg. This is one of my series of Easter eggs. This is this year's Easter egg. This is also an inking that I did.
This is something that the church is not going to like very much, I assume.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't know if they actually prefer those type of colors, just basic black and white and candles.
So now you have all holidays. You do also...
I want to start doing more holidays so that when I send them out to...
Easter.
Right, like just friends and family, I want to have a lot more going on with the artwork. But it's hard because there's just so much going on in my life. I have to always put time aside for my work, my art.
Oh, yeah.
And that's important.
Always working on that. The club that you had also, oh, wait, we have more of your art.
Okay, this one I'm actually, this is the pencil drawing, but I'm also probably going to go ahead and do this in inking, and this would be next year's Easter egg. And, you know, I'm thinking ahead of time as well.
Now that also, though, that is about piercing?
That's actually, yeah, a play piercing Easter egg.
And the piercing is kind of a spiritual...
enlightenment. It is. For a lot of different things that are going on in your life, the feeling wanting to reach a higher level.
Yeah.
That's a very, very positive thing, and people don't actually know the difference between pain and pleasure or a better experience, and they're always, you know, using that one word, pain. It doesn't have anything to do with pain at all.
No, it's just of another level of feeling and all. Mm-hmm. Your club was described as kind of a place to be creative.
Yes, very creative. The women were creative. We had theme parties, and they got into a lot of different things with the theme party. The dinosaur, Halloween, just a lot of different things going on. And that was fun because they got to also go ahead and dress up. Yeah. And we had meetings, and they would discuss what they wanted to do, what they didn't want to do, how they can do it, and became creative women.
Well, also it's a place where people seem to go, you go to have fun, you relax, and your real self comes out. And that also helps you said, when you go home and go back into your artwork.
Yeah.
That a lot of your creativity came out of that.
Right, because it's very energetic when you go into like a club that way with high energy and try to create a lot of good things for people. And visually you get to see what is going on, and then you just continue to create more and more, and you jot things down of all the pieces of artwork you've got to start creating.
Now also, this is not your first time on a television show. You were also interviewed on Montel Williams.
Yes.
With quite a few other women from Los Angeles, just the Los Angeles community?
The Los Angeles community. It was a women club promoter for their club, and then it was political women that we had, and whatever else goes in between, confrontations and so forth, and then it was the sex club that actually promoted here in Los Angeles.
Right, because even though yours was not a sex club, with the title, it took on kind of that reputation, and you had a little battle with that.
I did. In fact, when I was starting to do all of the publicity for my club, I had to make sure I had dance written everywhere.
Yeah.
It was very large because people were constantly calling and saying, do I come prepared for sex? And
with your advertising company, is there any specific style of advertising that you go on? You take on any clients?
It's what I do basically is I'll take on like friends who actually need assistance in high-end design work, and I'll go that way all the way through publications, brochures, business cards, flyers, just about anything that you could possibly think of that you can have printed and
So
designed.
if anyone needs any advertising done, they can get a hold of you.
Absolutely.
And you also have a group, an art group called Dirt.
Yes.
And
that's the female creative networking support group for women of all creative points. I mean, it could be from networking to illustration to photography.
Right.
No limitations.
Okay, if you have any questions about any of Vivian's work, there will be a phone number up. Don't go anywhere. There's a band coming up called Belinda D-Lux you're definitely going to want to hear, so stay right there. I tell you, there's no other channel you want to watch. Stay right there.
Shining in her hair. Hey, shiny girl, I'm gonna take you on a spree. Down to the bottom of the blue sea. Let me spin you, baby, all around the world with me. Let me spin you, baby, down to the bottom of the blue sea. Let me spin you, baby, it's my turn to see. I'm gonna take a shiny girl, I'm gonna give her such a twirl. I set her down on her knees. Let me see you cry, I'm gonna help you die. I'll set you down on your knees. I'm gonna watch your shining sun. We'll set you down to the bottom of the blue sea. From miles away I can reach you. Close your eyes, I will reach you. Smile, smile, smile. Smile, I'll take the train to meet you, and everything will be good again. Right through the rain of your fear, the world will hear you smile again. I feel you from your blue world. My little love lost in my blue world. Boy, you got it away. From miles away, I can reach you. Close your eyes, I will reach you. Smile, smile, smile. Smile, I'll take the train through your veins, and everything will be good again. Right through the rain of your fear, the world will hear you smile again. I'll take the train to meet you, and everything will be good again. Right through the rain of your fear, the world will hear you smile again. Sugar eyes, what a big surprise at your show. When I saw the glow in your eyes, you've got sugar in your eyes, I know. You're a